Hi, so in this video, I'll show you how to find a function that describes a particular relationship. Now, what you should understand is that a function is simply a mathematical statement that shows the relationship between two variables. So those variables can be x variable and y variable, input and output, the domain and the range. Those are the terms we use to describe the variables of a function. So there are four types of questions that come in an exam in regard to finding the function that describes a certain relationship. The first one, this is where we are given the graph of a straight line. So you notice that in this graph, I have these points that are plotted on this straight line. So for us finding the function, it requires that we find the coordinates of these points there. And of course, we'll look at that when we'll be solving an example. And the other question is when you are given the arrow diagram. So we have the first one, which is we call the domain, and of course we have the range. So it means that you need to find a rule or a function rather, where when you put -2, the output will be 0. When you put -1, the output will be 1. So that's the function that they can ask you to find an exam. And the other type of equation is when you are given a table like this one. Of course, I have x values as well as y values. So from here, you are able again to find the function that makes this relationship possible. When you plug in -2, you come out with -5 there. And lastly, which is a bit confusing, is when you are given the set of ordered pairs like this. So here I have -1, 0, 0, 2, and 1, 4. So again here you need to of course look at a rule where when you put in -1, you're going to come up with we're going to come out with 0. So these are the common questions that come in an exam. Now the most challenging ones, this is when you are given the set of ordered pairs like these ones, and of course when you are given the graph. Now let's say you are given any of these two questions. Let us try to solve an example on how we can find a function that describes a certain relationship. Okay, so we have an example here. It says find the function that describes a relationship in each of the following. So the first one that we have is where we are given the graph of a straight line, and of course we also have one where we are given the set of ordered pairs. So now how do you solve such? Of course, the first thing that we need to do on this one, because we do not have the set of ordered pairs here, so we need to come up with a set of ordered pairs by getting the coordinates of this point, the other one, and also all these other points. Now remember that in the coordinates, they always follow the rule, which is x comma y, meaning that the first value in those pairs of coordinate, it stands for the x, it's an x value, and also the second one, it's a y value. So let's look at this point there. So this point is -2, 1, because we start with the x-axis, then we go to the y-axis. So this is -2, 1. Then the other one here, it is -1, 0, -1, 0. Then that other one there, it's 0, 1, 0, 1. And of course this one here, it is 1, 2, 1, 2. And of course the last one there, it is 2, 3, 2, 3. So we have the set of these sets of ordered pairs there. Now after having this set of ordered pairs, which like the second example that we're going to look at, so from there we need to have in mind the equation of the straight line. So the equation of the straight line, please keep this in mind if you want to get this question correct in an exam. So the equation of the straight line, it's y is equal to mx plus c. Please notice that in this equation, y and x are going to be in our final answer. However, m and c represent the numbers. So we need to find the value for m as well as for c. Well, m is a common difference among the range or in the range, and the range is always the y-axis. So now, remember here we have these coordinates. So the range are these variables. Oh, sorry, this would be -1 there. So the range are these variables, the one that are in the y-axis. This is the range. So we look at the common difference from the range there. And the way we find common difference, we always consider the second number minus the first number, because we want to look at how many times the range was increasing. So in our case, the second number here is 0. The first number is -1. So meaning that our common difference is going to be the second number is 0 minus the first number is -1. So it will be m is equal to, of course these are going to give me positive, so it will be just 0 plus 1, which is 1. So we find our common difference to be 1. Then the second step that we need to do is to rewrite this formula, but where there is m, we have to plug in 1. So we're going to have y is equal to m, which is 1 times x, that is 1x, or just x as a mathematician, then plus c. So we have m, which is 1. Yeah, we know that it has been multiplied by x there. So now from here, what do? We want to find the value for c. Now in finding the value for c, again, we need to pick any of the pairs that we have here. We have these pairs. We have -2, -1, -1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. So we can pick any of the coordinates, and then where there is y, we replace it with the value for y in those coordinates, and then x again, just like that. And then we're going to collect the like terms. So this is what I mean. So let us pick which one. Okay, let us pick the one which is more complicated, but feel free to test any coordinates, because at the end you're going to have the same answer. I'll pick this one, -2, -1. So remember, y here is -1. So we're going to say -1 is equal to x. X is -2. -2 plus c. And then from here we collect the like terms. So we're going to have -1 here. This -2 will go this side to be +2, then is equal to c. Then -1 plus 2, -1 plus 2 there, it's 1. So 1 is equal to c. Or better still, you can say c is equal to 1. So we have the constant, which is again 1. Now, after finding this, we now need to rewrite the formula, this same formula. Now, this time around, we want to replace m and c with the values that we found, because they are all 1. M is 1, c is 1. So it will look like this. Y is equal to mx plus c. So y is equal to, where there's m, it's 1, isn't it? So 1 times x, it's just 1x, which is just x written like that. And then c plus c, it's 1. So this becomes the function that describes this relationship, meaning that when we have such a function, and then where there's x, we plug in -2, we're going to come up with the answer, which is -1, which is true, because for this one, if we say x is -2 in our case here, so when you say -2 plus 1, of course the answer is going to be -1. So this is what they want from here. So as simple as that. I'll tell you the mistakes that many learners make in regard to solving this question after solving example number 2. So example number 2, quite complicated, but everything has been put already for us. Remember, our main formula is to say y is equal to mx plus c. Again, on this one, y and x are going to be in our final answer. So what we need to do is to find the value for x, for m rather, and for c. So how do we do that? Well, m, as mentioned, is the common difference, and the common difference, these are the x values, the y values rather, the common difference among the y values. Now in each of these pair of ordered or the coordinates, I have xy, 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 just like that. So now this is x, this is y, xy. So we want to look at the common difference. It came from a -3, then 0, 3, 6, 12. So we want to see what were they increasing or decreasing. So that's what we want to find out there. So I mean that m is going to be equal to the second number, which is 0, minus the first number, which is -3. You notice there, right? Then it's going to be m is equal to, for 0, this one will be positive. So 0 plus 3, 0 plus 3, it is 3. So m is equal to 3. And then from there now, what do we do next? We rewrite this equation there, but where there's m, we're going to replace it with 3. So we're going to have y is equal to, where there's m is 3, 3 times x, that is 3x, then plus c. Then upon reaching on this stage, we need to find the value for c. How do we do that? Well, we can pick any of the points that we want to use, any of the coordinates that we want to use, any of the pair that we want to use, so that where there's y, we put y, and then where there's x, excuse me, we put x there. So let us pick this one, most complicated one, right? 3 and 12. So here, this is x and this is y. So y, so where there's y, we're going to put 12 is equal to 3. Where there is x, we're going to put 3 there, plus c. Then we'll have 12 here is equal to, we expand here, is going to give 3 times 3, that is 9, plus c. Then finally, we have, when we collect the like terms, we're going to have 12 minus 9 is equal to c. Finally, we have 12 minus 9, that is 3, is equal to c. Or better still, you can see c is equal to 3. So we found that, could this be a coincidence or what? Remember here it's m is 3 and also c is 3. However, it's not implying that everything, just because the first one we solved, we found that m was 1 and then c was 1, and even here m is 3 and c is 3, doesn't mean that that's how it's going to be always. No, it is just a coincidence when solving these questions. So after looking at this now, you have to rewrite this formula, and then you're going to plug in those values that we found. So again, we say y is equal to mx plus c. Then y is equal to where this m, that is 3 times x, that is 3x, then plus c, it's 1, c it's 3. So there we have it. This is the this becomes the equation or the function that describes this relationship. Now let's look at the mistakes which most learners make. Mistake number 1. On the common difference, please apply the rules of algebra correctly. So what I mean is that on the common difference like this one, people tend to forget how to expand these signs there. So that's where so meaning I can say apply rules of integers, not algebra, integers rather, integers when finding the common difference, which is m. That is mistake number 1. People tend to misapply them. So you have to apply them correctly. Then mistake number 2, set of ordered pairs. Remember, this is confusing because the formula is y is equals to mx plus c. So now when finding the value for c after getting the pair, just because it is 3, 12, others can put 3 in place of y and then 12 in place of x, which shouldn't be the case because this is x and this is y. It's just that our formula starts with y. So pay attention, do not interchange the pairs. So you can say don't interchange the values for x and y. So when you do that, of course everything is going to be very simple. So I hope you like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe as well as like the video. Comment what you think I should do next, starting from junior, secondary, senior up to degree program. Until next time, bye bye.